Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold episode. On today's episode, I am sick, so this is going to go quickly, but there is a new Forbidden Limited List update for the OCG, which came out not too long ago. I think it came out on December 24th, I believe, was the last one. Yeah, there it is. There's the date. Was the update. We also have official card usage rate and a new bundle. We're going to quickly talk about the bundle because it's literally just packs and some 2024 kind of stuff. The little picture that you get at the front, and then a deck box, and then a bunch of packs. Not really that big of a deal. Card case, that's what they're called in wallpapers. I have been very busy, and so my brain has rotted. But yeah, pretty cool. In this bundle, the 8th card pulled from the 10th, 20th, and last Master Pack will be SR or higher. So at the very least, you're guaranteed some good cards. It's not really that big of a deal, because I think you're getting 30 cards here. It depends on the price. I'm not entirely certain on it. But yeah, there you go. We have the official card usage rates. It's pretty self-explanatory. Maxi, Ash Blossom, Called by the Grave, Crossout went up a little bit. Infip went down. I think Infip just isn't as good right now. That's not entirely true. I still think it's very, very good. I think the biggest thing is that a lot of people are utilizing more combo-centric decks, and so they're cutting things like Imperm and instead playing like Duel or the Bestials and stuff like that. Double A Zeus went down. Nibiru went up a little. Bestial Magnuma went up a lot. Same with Druis Worm. Talons went up a little. Baron went up a little. And then Fenrir went down a little. Mostly because of things like Dragon Link. And speaking of Dragon Link, we have more introductions because of Dragon Link. Things like Lubellion and Saronir are here. Droll went down, actually, because Pearly was less common. So it did make sense to cut things like Droll. And then Chaos Angel and Wraith Soth are also up. So there you go. That's it for the usage rates. Not really anything too explanatory or too much to explain there. Some new things. Bestial Despotter is now a top finisher of the game. Mirror Jade went up to 4 from 13. So, just standard stuff here. Lots of pretty solid finishers. Wind Pegasus has now taken the #1 spot as the highest win rate played, or win rate card when played, which is very funny. So there's that. Borreload Savage Dragon is still up there at #2. Then a bunch of other guys as well. Mostly things like the very combo-centric Mathmech stuff. Things that, like, if they resolve, they auto-win the game kind of thing. Like Apex Avian, if it hits the field, oftentimes wins you the game. Or means that you're in a good position, either with Flunder or with, like, the Infinite Negate combo with the... what's it called? Oh my goodness. Galaxy Tomahawk. There we go. So, there you go. That's more or less it. All of the rest of the stuff doesn't really matter. And then, moving on to the Forbidden Limited List. I'm actually just going to scroll down here to the actual updates, or the full changes. So, notably, True King of All Calamities was banned in the OCG. Not really too surprising. It's just not a fun card to play against. And not really a fun card to have exist, basically. So, yeah, bit of an issue. You get rid of it, and it's no longer an issue. Not really too surprising. Now, limitations are interesting. First of all, Redox, obviously going to 1. Not really that big of a deal. Emergency, Rescue Ace was probably the best deck for quite some time. But now it's probably Fire King, so Emergency is still a good hit. Rescue Ace was like the best deck for quite some time, and is still the second best deck, so there you go. Rivalry also hits to 1. Yeah, obviously. What's interesting is, obviously, Tikaboo is at 2, right? But Gozen is not on here. Gozen's not limited in any capacity. So, there's that. And then we have Heavy Storm going to 1. Now, I don't agree with this. I am not a big fan of having big blowout cards. I'm not even a fan of things like evenly matched, even though they're pretty fair in terms of balance. But I really am not a big fan of the idea of having a card that just kind of, like, wipes the field. Or more specifically, that doesn't have a drawback. I think if it has a drawback, it's not that big of a deal. But if it doesn't, it really does cause issues. So, not really that big of a fan of Heavy Storm coming back. Especially since we already have Lightning Storm, we already have Harpy's Feather Duster, we have, heck, even Twin Twister. So to me, I'm like, why do we need more back row hate? Like, obviously, the problem cards are the things like Teekboo or Rivalry or what have you, where you basically have to play back row removal. And if those exist, obviously those are the problems. I will always say that those are the problems. And so other decks like Labyrinth, like Altergeist, like any other sort of trap-centric deck, gets heavily punished for just existing because you basically can't play traps. You have to play monsters in order to play the game. And so, yeah, it's just really disincentivizing to actually play any sort of back row. So, don't like it, but honestly, it's fine. It could go to 1. Yeah, that's basically it. Ib is currently at 1 in the TCG. Ib then just came off the list to go to 1 in the OCG. Ib is most likely going to go to 1 in Master Duel as well, so keep that in mind. This card's crazy. This card does a lot for a lot of different decks. Mostly, like, Dragon Link is going to be able to utilize this the most effectively, but it's still just, like, a generically good card that allows you to generate a lot of advantage. But, all in all, it's fine, I think, in terms of balance. It could cause issues, but I don't think that it will. Similar to, like, Danglong coming back off of the TCG ban list a while ago. I really don't think it's going to cause that many issues, but it's still a crazy powerful card. So, I don't necessarily like that it's coming off of the list. Change of Heart, sure, to 2. No one's playing it. My friend Pearly. Pearly was still one of the better decks, so it makes sense to limit it even remotely. Yeah, that's it. I think it's not that big of a deal putting the My Friend Pearly to 2. I think Pearly is still very playable. I just do think that this is at least a bit of a hit. Probably doesn't do much, though. Teekboo to 2. Big Welcome to 2 is fine, I guess. Yeah, this means that now you have to play, like, more Welcome and less Big Welcome, and Big Welcome is obviously the card you want to see most of the time, so it is a bit of a nerf. But Labyrinth wasn't even really doing that well in the OCG, so this is kind of a weird one. And then a bunch of Unlimits. This card was at 3 at the TCG and did nothing for ages. I don't know why it was banned in the OCG. It's a scary card. Kind of. We have Fractal back to 3. This card was semi-limited for so long. I do not know why. Konami just forgets about Tri-Brigade sometimes. Engage to 3. Now, if you know me, you know I hate Sky Striker, Mobilize, Engage. Sky Striker, the deck, I'm more or less fine with. Sky Striker, Mobilize, Engage, in particular, is a terribly designed card. And I genuinely think it should be banned, and you should just print a different search card, just in general. Or literally anything else, and never give people Engage back. But alas, Konami said otherwise. So, okay. Diagram to 3, sure, not an issue. Map to 3, why is this card... Why was this card ever limited? Anyway. Moving on. That's it. That's it for this list. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys did indeed enjoy it. If you did, a like is very much so appreciated. And if you want to check out more content like this, as well as more Yu-Gi-Oh!, then just be sure to subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye. Shout out to the Frost Guard, my members. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope you enjoy the content.